Hello dear children, welcome to the world of drawing. I'm Richa Raghuwanshi, your drawing and craft teacher. Children, we met earlier before the summer holidays in the month of April through a video only on Smudging channel. Hope you all have watched that, because if you haven't watch it now only. I have shared few basics of drawings in that video which are going to help you out in getting excellence in the subject up to a certain extent. For drawing, it is very necessary to be thorough with the lines, making lines freehand. You need to learn, and you have to give just 5 minutes every day. You need to spend practicing for lines. Hope you all will watch that video and follow the instructions. Okay, moving on further. Now we are going to start with the syllabus this month. Okay, if you haven't seen the syllabus also, please open the school website. It is uploaded there since March, end of March. So just download it and keep it safely with you. Month wise, the detailed syllabus is given there. Okay, now it's like every year, this year also we have two books. Number one is Creative Art and Craft, and this is the book which we are going to use in first semester. Okay, till the month of September we will be doing work in this book only. Alright, now the other book which we are going to use is Creations. The name of the book is Creations. But this is the book for second semester, so no need to touch this book for now. Please do not take out any craft material given inside the book, or do not color any of the drawing in this book. We'll do everything in this book after first semester only. Once let the first semester get over, then we'll start with this. Okay, so keep it safely for now, for few months, 2-3 months at least. Okay. Now, without wasting time, let us start with this book called Creative Art and Craft. And on the very first page of it, color concept is given. Now, you are a big girl now, okay? And in previous classes, we haven't learned the color theory. But now, this is the right time to start with the color theory. You need to know few categories of colors, why they are categorized so that in the higher classes it will be easy for you to learn new things. Okay, so we are going to explore more about colors and shading this time. It is very important to learn the techniques of shading. Till now we know only one technique of shading, that is called smudging. You might not be knowing the name of the technique, but you all have learned that. I'll talk about it in the later half, but for now let us talk about colors. Okay, let's see how many categories of colors are there and how many colors are there in each category and why they are there in that particular category. Okay, so there are many categories, but as I said, for now we are going to start with the color theory. So we'll be learning only the basics now. We are not going deep into it. So basically we'll be getting the rough idea of color theory, and the three categories which we are going to learn this time are the basic three categories of colors. Number one is primary colors. Number one is primary colors. Okay. Second category is secondary colors. And the third category is neutral colors. The name of the category is neutral. So these are the three basic categories about which you need to learn and you should know. Now in each category we'll see how many colors are there. Okay. So first let us start with primary colors. Alright. So now how many colors are there in this category? We'll see 3 colors are there: red, yellow and blue. And why they are there in the primary colors category? Children, these colors are there in this category because they cannot be made by mixing other colors. Whenever you mix 2 colors or 3 colors or 4 or 5 or 10 colors, you come up with a new color, right? But if you will mix n number of colors, then also you cannot get red color. So by mixing any 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 20 colors, you cannot get red color either, or yellow color or the blue color. That is why they are in this category of primary colors. Only these 3 colors are there which cannot be get by mixing other colors. So this is all about primary colors. Now let us talk about the secondary colors. How many secondary colors are there first of all? So the answer is 3 again. And which are they and why they are called secondary colors? Which are they, that we will see, but why they are called secondary colors? Because they are made up by mixing 2 primary colors. Any 2, 3 primary colors are there. Out of these 3, if you take any 2 primary colors and mix them together, you will get a new color, and that new color will be in the secondary color category. Okay, now let us see. Okay, now I am not having the watercolor or anything. I am not showing you practically, but if you have any kind of colors, where watercolors or pencil colors or any type of colors, you can simply check it out by mixing these colors. First we are starting with red and yellow. Let us mix red and yellow. Which color will you get? Once you mix these 2 colors, you will be getting orange. You can check it. And I would suggest you to check it out, okay, to get full satisfaction. Now, this, do not simply learn the secondary colors. Just check whether you are getting the color or not. Okay, always do this. Always try everything. Now, red and yellow we have mixed and we got orange color. Now, this time let us mix yellow and blue. So, which color will you get after mixing these 2 colors? The color will be green. Okay. And now we have mixed red with yellow and yellow with blue. Now, which 2 colors are left? Red and blue to be mixed together. So, if you mix them together, the color which you will be getting will be purple or violet. Both are names of the same color. Okay, so these are the 3 secondary colors. Why they are called secondary colors? Because when you mix 2 primary colors, then only you get the color. So that's why this category is called secondary colors. Now let us talk about neutral colors. Which are neutral colors and what is the meaning of neutral color? Neutral means colorless. Okay, neutral color means colorless. And basically there are 2 colors which are considered as neutral colors, but if you're going deep, there are other colors also. For now, it is not necessary for you to get into the depth. So for you, how much, this much is enough. Okay, so 2 colors are, which are in this category, are white and black. So this is all about color concept, color theory, the categories of colors and which colors are there in these categories. Okay, so now this is over. So now we can start with the shading. We can explore more about the techniques of shading and how we can use them. That also we'll see, a little idea we'll get. Okay, so what is shading first? Okay, as we are starting with shading, first we should know what is shading and why we need it. Why we need it? The answer is very simple. Why we need shading? When light falls on any object and if or any figure, human, animal, anything, any creature. So how will you show? By making drawing that from which side the light is falling, which side of the object or the figure is light and which side is dark? Through shading only, to create a realistic effect of light. Okay, you need to learn shading. This is the only way to show that. There are many techniques, n number of techniques are there of shading, but we will be learning 2 techniques now. We are starting with shading, so 2 techniques are more than enough for us for this year. First we will practice with that. Once we will get thorough with these 2 techniques, you can learn more. When you go to high classes, you will learn about more techniques. For now we will be seeing 2 techniques only. One is smudging and the other one is hatching. Smudging and hatching. These are the 2 techniques, 2 easy techniques of shading. So as a elementary drawing and craft student, it is okay for you to start with these 2 easy techniques of shading. The smudging and hatching, we'll talk about them now. What is smudging? Smudging you all know, I know, because I have already taught you this particular technique. You might not be knowing the name, but I'm sure you know the technique. Okay, if I ask you to do shading in this particular box, light is falling on this side. So this particular portion is the lightest one, this is little dark, and this is the darkest one. This is how you have to show. Okay, so how will you show? By making tones. You know about tones. 3 basic tones are there. For shading we are using 3 tones. Number 1 is light. Second one is medium. And third one is dark. What is light tone? The lightest area. Okay, the lightest area where the light is falling directly. So that portion actually shines sometimes, or sometimes it looks lighter than the rest of the portion. So that portion we consider as the lightest portion, and that we are going to show with the light tone. And then dark tone, obviously the darkest portion. In between these 2 tones, the tone which comes is called medium tone, where the little light is there and it is little dark also. So in between light and dark, the tone which is there is called medium tone. You know about tones, right? Now we were talking about smudging. So I'll show you. Without putting pressure on the pencil, if I move the pencil, I'll get the lightest shade. Okay. If I put a little pressure on it and move it, I'll get a little darker shade of same. And then if I put too much pressure on it, I increase the amount of pressure, then I get the darkest. Now easily you can see these 3 areas, and they can be distinguished with each other. This is the light tone, this is the medium tone, and this one has the dark tone. It has to be filled with the dark tone because this is the darkest area. Okay, so this is all about tones and the smudging technique. Remember, we have learned this now. Okay. So this is very easy. The only thing, how we can create the different tones in the smudging technique, by simply increasing or decreasing the amount of pressure on the pencil. This is the only way you can create the tonal effect. Okay, different tonal effect. Now we talk about hatching. Okay, like smudging, hatching is also one of the techniques of shading, but it has got many types. 3 basic are there, about which we are going to learn. We learn 3 basic techniques. One is, number 1, parallel hatching, and number 2 is cross hatching, and today itself, after watching the video, you need to take out your rough copy, and the work which I am going to give you there on that particular object, you need to practice all the techniques, and they are very easy. You need not to learn them. Once you try now, it will be very easy for you to remember. And third one is irregular hatching. So these are the basic techniques of hatching. 3 basic techniques are there, and we'll be learning all 3 of them. So let us start with the first one, parallel hatching. We'll be starting with the first one, parallel hatching. What is parallel hatching? As the name suggests, parallel means you need to make parallel lines. That's it. Earlier in the technique of smudging, what we were doing, how we were creating different tones by increasing or decreasing the amount of pressure on the pencil, right? Now here what you can do is, you can increase or decrease the distance between the parallel lines. Okay, the parallel lines can be straight, vertical or slant. You can take any kind of lines. I am showing you this example with these lines. Okay, here the distance is more between the lines. Let me decrease the distance between the lines. Now here the lines are near to each other. I have reduced the distance between the lines. Now I am going to reduce the distance further, and the lines will get too close to each other, one next to the other. Okay, now I'll show you with smudging, the help of smudging. Little pressure. Can you see the resemblance between them? Yes? Okay. This is the lightest area. Please make a box over here. And we can categorize these smudging techniques, these smudging these tones which we have made using the technique of smudging. Now, if I make a box over here, I can very well categorize it into these 3. Similarly as I have done over here. So this is the light tone, this is the medium tone, and this is the dark tone. It's very simple. Yes? Let us see this again with the help of slant parallel lines. Okay. So here I am making slant parallel lines. Alright, with some distance. Now I am going to reduce the distance between them. Lines will be closer to each other, and then I will reduce the distance further. They will get too close to each other, just next to each other. So this area is looking darker than this one, and this area is looking darker than this one. See, if I separate them, This is area A, this is B, and this is C. You can see this area A is looking light and the area B is looking little dark, and the darkest one is C portion. So this is how you can make different tones, create different tones using parallel hatching. Now we'll see the second type of hatching, which is cross hatching. And in the name itself, it is described. Cross hatching means it has got something to do with crisscross lines, right? Hatching technique is simply, you can learn it as it is the technique of making different tones with the help of lines. No matter whether they are the straight lines, parallel lines, or crisscross lines or irregular lines, but the technique hatching has got something to do with lines. Alright. So everywhere we are using lines only, in a different manner they do. Okay. Now this is cross hatching. In this cross hatching we can make three different tones with the help of three different kind of boxes. I'll show you, in which I'll make crisscross lines at some distance. With what will be the distance? That we have to see. It depends upon which tone we want to make. If you want to make light tone, the distance will be more. If you want to make medium tone, the distance will be less. And if you want to make dark tone, the distance will be even lesser, both the two. So here I am making crisscross lines at some distance. Alright, now in this area, this is the light tone. This is the area where I am going to show the light tone. Here medium will come, and this one will represent the dark. Okay. Now I'll reduce the distance between these lines. First, I'll make the lines little closer to each other than the previous one. The area will automatically start looking little darker than this one. See? And now for the darkest tone, we have to reduce even the distance even more between the lines. So I'm going to draw the lines close to each other. Right, so this area is looking darkest. Basically you need not to do this all the time, but what you can do is you can make cross sign. Okay, crisscross lines, cross sign. Some distance when you are making cross sign, you'll be coming out with light tone. When you draw the cross sign close to each other, the area will look little darker than the previous one. Yes, these are the crisscross lines. That was the example. For example, I have shown that. But basically you have to make crisscross lines. Okay, just to explain you in a better way, I have first made these kind of lines. Okay, but you need not to do this. You have to go with this. Okay, now we make the cross signs close to each other. These crisscross lines are close to each other, so this area will look even more darker than the previous one. In all the three areas, this area is going to look the darkest one, because here we are making the cross sign close to each other. Now you can see the three different tones. Okay, so this is how we can create the effect of different tones with the help of crisscross lines. Hope it is clear to you. Now we are starting with the third technique, which is irregular hatching. Now, in this particular technique, as in the name itself, you will see the name, it will be very clear to you. Here the lines will be irregular. They are not going to move in a regular pattern, in a particular manner, but they will go here and there. Okay. So, let us see how we can make three tones in this technique also. Alright. So, now children, here I am going to show you the lightest one, medium tone and the dark tone. Okay. So, light, medium and dark. These three tones. Here irregular lines I have made. So this is the area which is having light. Now I reduce the distance between the lines. Okay. I'll make the area a little dense so that I get, you can make the lines wherever you want in this irregular hatching. As I said, they should not move in a particular manner, but they will go here and there only. The only thing is we need to make the lines little close to each other than the previous one, so that the area will look little dense than the first one. Now this is the light tone and this is the medium tone. Okay. For dark tone, you can move your hand anywhere, wherever you want. For irregular hatching, making dark tone or light tone or medium tone, the only thing is you need to make the area dense when you are making dark tone. Can you see these three tones? Are they clear to you? So this is the third technique of hatching. So now children, we have seen three techniques of hatching: irregular, cross hatching and parallel hatching. Hope they all are clear to you. In the name only everything is written, and hatching means what? Smudging means simply moving the pencil like this, and hatching means making lines. The lines can be irregular, cross, crisscross or parallel. Alright, so hope it is clear to you, and as I said at the end of the video I am going to give you some work. You all know now how to make a cube. In maths you all have learned how to make a cube. This is a cubical shape. Now this is the homework for you. You have to make three tones in this particular cubical shape using different techniques of shading. Now you have to make 4 such cubes. First, in the first cube you have to try smudging, technique called smudging. In the second one you have to start with the hatching techniques. Number 1, parallel. Then the next one, crisscross lines you have to make to create different tones in cross hatching, and in the third one you have to practice for irregular hatching. And suppose the light is falling directly on this portion, so this portion is going to be the lightest one. So here you have to make, on the top you have to make the light tone, here you have to show the medium tone, and here the dark tone. And in our online class session, I am going to check this workout. Children, please try it, because this is the beginning and we are going to make these we are going to make shading using these techniques in different objects. So it will be very easy for you if you start practicing from now onwards. Okay. Here, one thing I would like to make very clear, once you are making the light tone over here, this portion will be the lightest one. Here the medium tone should appear, so in the whole area the medium tone should not appear. See, here the light is falling, so some light will fall here also. So the area which is near to this portion, the top portion, which is directly adjacent to this, should not be made either medium or dark. Okay, this will get till here. You have to make light tone only. From here it will start getting little dark, and here finally this portion you will get the fine and medium tone. Similarly, here dark tone you will not get in the whole area. Till here it will be light, and since this is the medium tone, so the way you are making tones over here, the same thing goes over here in this area. So this medium tone, light tone, and then here the dark tone will come from this side. Okay, till here. And when you're making tones, just remember they should look as you are moving from one to the other without any barrier. How? See. I have used smudging technique. Now you cannot separate it. But if I ask you to see the dark tone, it is the dark area, this is the medium, this is the light. Slowly, slowly, from light it is getting medium, then it is getting dark. Right? So every shade, every tone, every new tone, whenever you are making a new tone, it should come slowly, slowly. Right? Directly do not make the medium tone after light tone. Do not start with the medium tone. It should, final effect should look as if you are moving smoothly from the light to medium side. Okay? So this is the work for you. Do this work, try it once, one figure each day, and then we'll meet next time through the video only, and now the online classes also there. So in the online classes, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Till then, goodbye, stay safe, and God bless all of you.